Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, if you're online and you go back and forth or listen to people who go back and forth with Africans, you know that one of their big things about Black Americans is that we only speak one language. We only speak one language, and we speak the white man's language. And to that I say, yes, we do, because we live over here with the white man, and the white man is running the world. So it makes sense that we would know how to speak his language. But anyway, I watched a video a few minutes ago, and it shocked me, but it also amused me because there is fantasy and then there is reality. And some people, even on the continent of Africa, do not deal in delusion and fantasy. They look at the world from the point of view of what's real and operate in reality. So this man, and I don't know if this is AI or not, I don't think it's AI, but this man is speaking something that brought a smile to my face because he's speaking a truth. So listen.
We shall ban Swahili as our national language. We shall ban it. We need French instead. French has a wider coverage. Burundi, they speak French. Congo, they speak French. Rwanda, they speak French. Congo Brazzaville, they speak French. Gabon, they speak French. Central African Republic, they speak French. We don't need Swahili. We need English and French.
Okay, so did y'all get that? He said we need English and French because there are about 21 countries in Africa that the main language is French. And I don't know how many are English. Let me check and see. There are 24 African countries where English is the official language. So that's 20 plus 24, right? That's 44 countries. They say there are 54 countries in Africa. I don't know what the others speak. Maybe they speak Portuguese or something else, but 44 of them speak English and French. So this man is saying, as a realistic way of uniting Africa, we don't need Swahili because not enough African countries have Swahili as an official language, probably only one or two. The rest of them are speaking French and English. So if they want to unite, they need to unite under French and English. So that brings me back to Black Americans. We speak and understand English. We don't need all those other languages because America is an English-speaking country, and America is our homeland. And Black Americans are not the only Americans that only speak English. Most white people only speak English. Why? Because that's the only language that we need. Now, look at this, because you know there was this big talk about Spanish, Spanish, Spanish. You can't get a job in certain places if you don't speak Spanish. Well, look at this. The United States has adopted an English-only policy. President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order on March 1st, 2025, designating English as the official language of the United States. It always was, but people keep trying to muddy the waters, so he wanted to clarify that English is the only official language of the United States. This order rescinds a Clinton-era mandate that required federal agencies to provide extensive language assistance to non-English speakers. The new policy allows agencies to keep current policies and provide documents and services in other languages, but encourages new Americans to adopt English as a national language. This move is seen as a step towards unity and efficiency in government operations as well as a pathway for civic engagement. And at the rate this country is going right now, you're going to have to speak English if you want to get a job, and definitely if you want to apply for citizenship, you're going to have to speak English. So for all those people who thought they were mocking us and making fun of us because we only speak English, we don't need to speak that language that y'all speak in, that 15 people in a village somewhere in Africa speak. We don't need that language. We're speaking the only important language to us, and that is English. And also, they talk about us not traveling. We don't have a passport. These people are not traveling. These people are running. You're not traveling the world. You're running from your homeland. And there are many Black Americans who travel. I have friends who are in travel groups. They're going somewhere all the time. So that's a lie. But some people don't want to go anywhere because look at this. The area of the United States is approximately 3,796,742 square miles. This makes it one of the largest countries in the world. And in these 3,796,742 square miles, we have everything we want. So we don't need to run to countries that people are trying to get away from. People are going to stop playing in our face because everything they try to use as some kind of leverage against us ends up backfiring on them. But I found this very interesting that this African man, and I believe this is Uganda, he showed a picture of a Ugandan flag. He says they have banned Swahili and they are adopting French as their language. And I got to do some extra checking to make sure this man is from Uganda. But he's telling the truth. Most of those African countries either have French or English as their official language, the language that they do business in. So, in a way, Black Americans only need one language to survive in the world that we live in. And I think it's wonderful to learn other languages. So y'all don't have to come in here telling me that you need to know how to speak this kind of language or whatever. I think it's wonderful for you to learn how to speak as many languages as you want to learn how to speak, especially if you're going to move to another country and live among those people. Go for it. Nobody cares about you learning another language. I'm still saying it's not necessary if you're going to live in the United States because this country is an English speaking country and everybody's trying to get here. So when they get here, they need to learn how to speak English if they don't already know how to speak it because that's the primary language of this country. And I want to point out what you already know. English and French are European-based languages. Those are the countries primarily that colonized Africa. This Ugandan man is speaking from how the world is actually operating and not some fantasy about Africa is going to do this or Africans about to do this or Africa is rising and all of that. He's looking at it from the standpoint of what's actually going on now. The British and the French and the Americans are still running the show over there. And I'll end with this. The people who are doing all of this bragging about Africa doing this and Africa's going to do that and Africa is rising to the top and we're going to be on top of the world. These are people that have run away from Africa. These are people that should never be listened to. The people that should be listened to are the ones who are in Africa doing the work, like this man. They're the only ones that have any credibility where Africa is concerned. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Have a good day. Let me know what you think about the video.